Welcome back, everybody. He's an NFL record holder with a great big heart. He didn't even pay me to say that. Titans kicker Rob Bironas is with us this morning. Good to see you. How you doing?
Doing well. Glad to be out here. Thanks for having me on.
You know, it was funny. I was watching you on Twitter, and you've been to Australia already this summer with Stormy Warren from Great American Country. You said you just came back from Switzerland?
No, I was over in Switzerland about 3 days before I left for Australia. So I decided that this year I was going to do a little bit of traveling and get out of Nashville and get away from the whole football thing for a couple months, and kind of picked up with friends, and wherever they were headed, I tagged along. So
you're just globe hopping, really?
That came to an end, you know, once we started OTAs and off-season workouts. But it was a lot of fun for the couple months that I did it.
So walking into OTAs, let's talk about that. You've got a lot of new guys on the squad. What is it like? What is the atmosphere like over at Baptist Sports Park when we're starting out with a lot of new guys coming into this season?
You got a lot of new faces, a lot of new bodies in the locker room, out on the field, and you're getting to know them, and they're getting to know you. But at the same time, as you're losing, you know, friends that you played with over the years, you've got new guys that come in that will do well to replace those guys.
What do you think is going to be a struggle this year? Or where do you foresee the biggest challenge, let's put it that way, for this year's team?
You know, field goals outside 55.
That's all you're concentrating on. As long as you can get me within 55, you're all right?
Nah, you know what? I want to go after that record a couple times. So I think I've hit it in practice. I want to hit it, you know, in a game one time and stick it to the charts, put it on the charts.
What's it like for you outside of the season? Because I know we've got training camp coming up July 27th? July 27th. Do you stay in great shape all summer long, or do you start hitting it hard like at the beginning of July?
Just define great shape.
If Coach is watching right now, would he say, Bironas, you've let it go a little too far, let's start kicking it into gear?
No, I mean, we've been practicing for 3 months now. Been on the field with footballs for, you know, 2.5 of those months. So the new CBA has a lot of rules and regulations that we're trying to work around and learning as we go. But definitely last year through the lockout, I learned a different way to train in the off season. I think it was beneficial. Started a little bit later, didn't ramp up all the way to 100% before training camp. Used training camp to get ready for the season like the rest of the guys do. And it was beneficial to me. I could feel it on the field, I could feel it through the season. Because it's a long season. You got the 4 preseason games, and you've got the 16-game season. And then, you know, we're pushing for playoffs this year. I think we should have been in there last year. We were close.
Yep.
You know, we had the same record as a team in the playoffs and might have done really well. But that's our goal, is to get in the playoffs and do well.
Excellent. All right, so let's talk about your charity, because I know you've already been in a couple of golf tournaments, had some golf tournaments this summer, but you do a lot of work and connection with the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. Tell me about your foundation. Yeah,
the Rob Bironas Fund is a component fund of the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, and we've actually broadened our mission here this year to concentrate more on children and all children causes. Not only here in Middle Tennessee and surrounding areas, but also I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, so I want to be able to take some back to Kentucky and be able to help out kids in Kentucky as well. I've got some friends up there, and we're going to do some joint stuff. Chad Works in the music industry is a good buddy of mine, and we're both from Kentucky, so we've looked at a couple things to team up on and take part in together.
Very cool. And I know that you always do Christmas for Kids when they shop with the Titan. You're out there. What's it like for you when you get to help kids, either through your fund or through Christmas for Kids, something like that?
You know what? We did Christmas for Kids. We did the golf tournament this year. It was a great success. I did the Waddell Reed golf tournament, hosted that one with Jeffrey Steele for his son's Memorial Fund. And you know, golf is always a good time to hang out with friends and raise money for a good cause. Doing stuff for kids, you know, the gratification is always there when you see the smile come back at you.
Right.
You know, there's always a thank you, there's always a please, and then you see the smile that comes through, and it's to know that your hard work was put towards something beneficial for that child.
That's good.
So
good stuff. What's your longest drive?
My longest drive?
Inbounds.
Inbounds. I was out at the ACMs a couple years ago, and I was in the tournament, and I actually won the longest drive. So I think it was, I don't know, we'll just say 350 or so. 350.
It's probably right around there. I wouldn't doubt.
It was the only one I kept out of the canyons.
I like it. Thanks for coming in.
Glad to be
here.
here.
Good luck in the season. Rob Bironas, everybody.